Y'all, this is part 2. It cut off. This is Sagittarius message. So yeah. I could just do it as one message, but I don't know. Spirit may make me do this as a part 2, so it's just what it is. So this may be part 2, or I may merge both videos. So as I was reading the imprisonment card, I was saying that the rehab popped out to me, asylum popped out to me, and then as you keep reading, and I'm not making this up, it says beyond the basic, it says perhaps you are feeling insurmountable barriers, blah 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 blah. It says you might experience an unfulfilled love or a relationship that is characterized by restrictions or resignations. It's even professionally, this card characterizes restraint that is forced. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna finish reading it because someone else is telling me to finish reading it. It says beyond the basic deception of physical incarceration. This imagery might represent emotional imprisonment. It might mean being trapped in a personal or contractual relationship where your options may be restricted by feelings of guilt, your conscious, legal obligations, or financial limitations. Y'all, I don't know if it was y'all or the people I just chatted for, but I was just saying, like, guilt and shame. Yes, it was y'all. I was just saying, like, having guilt, having shame, and not feeling like you can leave that energy. Remember, that's what I said at the beginning. I just was channeling before I even really got into the cards. And then I was like, the relationship, even if this person is divine, it just doesn't seem like it was significant. But y'all been in the relationship for like 6 or 7 years. And it didn't do any justice for you. Like, it didn't add or take from you. But at the same time, I did get mental health and asylum. And as much as I pull this card for myself and others, it's rare that I really think of like a mental health asylum. Then when obviously this can be that, or just being bedridden. But it's rare that I get it like that. I get it like, I'm just sick to my stomach, I'm tired, blah, 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 something like that. That's usually the lightest or darkest I get. So this is the first time, as long as I've had those cards ever in my whole entire existence, and I've had that card for some years, where I've actually gotten that energy. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. This message might get a little dark. I'm getting like someone could have did some sort of like incantation or spell or witchcraft that had you stuck in a connection with somebody. That's what I'm getting. So let's pull some clarifiers, because I'm curious. I'm very curious. Like, yeah, and like I said, maybe that's why you knew, because like I said at the beginning, y'all either was watching somebody that did tarot, got tarot readings, someone did you a tarot reading, and they had already told you what this person was, what they was about, that they really wasn't good for you. But at the same time, in a weird way, like I'm saying, it didn't add or take from you. But what if, just work with me, even if it's not a physical, a physical asylum that you was in, what was you, where, oh my God, God want me to say one thing, a couple questions to y'all. My God want to say, what was you doing and where was you at? So take it as it resonates. This is a very highline channel message. This is not going to resonate with everybody. Because the way I'm channeling this and telling this story and breaking this down, it's not like nobody else's energy. So, and this is for a good group of Sagittarius. So whenever y'all see this, it's timeless, and may God be with y'all. And don't be scared or no shit like that. This is just clarity, confirmation, or giving you insight if you are in a situation. And hopefully it gets y'all out of the imprisonment if it is witchcraft. So, anyway, God said, where was you at and what was you doing? And I heard pick. So I just was told to say that. So again, like I said, I feel like it has to do with some witchcraft. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If you want your own individual reading after this reading, as general as it is, but still very detailed, email me at Sarah spiritualoasis@gmail.com. I heard stay focused. It says abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. We have boundaries. It says firm boundaries are now needed, or needed now. And I was saying like a mental imprisonment, a mental. It's almost like and I hate to say it like this, but I've heard of stuff like this. It's almost like someone could have did witchcraft on you, and you could have felt like, I don't know, I've never been in a mental asylum, but I've watched movies and shows, and I don't ever want to be in one. And when you think about how those are run and operate, like, you have no control over shit. For one, they don't want you hurting or harming yourself, and then they don't want you hurting or harming nobody else. And then, of course, you're there to get better, get treatment, and then get to the source of what is the issue. And you probably are harmful to yourself or others. So I feel like, from what it's giving already, and I'm gonna pull the cards to clarify, that this person, she could have been a witch or he could have been a warlock, and they have been doing magic on you that, from one perspective of your mind, nothing happened. There was no positive, there was no negative. But remember, when I first got on, I said 555 on my clock. You were trying to figure out something because someone gave you a tip of some shady shit going on, and you just been observing it. So you could have been playing along, or you could have been genuinely in a trap, or you could have been genuinely under a spell. And if it's not genuinely 6 or 7 months, for some reason you on this video, and if you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rise in the North Node, baby, it's confirmation. And I'm not trying to scare you, but it just is what it is. We just gotta get with the times. The shit is everywhere, and people do not give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, and they don't care. They genuinely don't. And because of the 6 or 7 years, you could have had a child that was born with this person. Meaning, like, I don't get that you could be male or female, that you didn't want to have a baby. I'm gonna say this. I don't get that you wouldn't have not possibly with time wanted a child, but I'm getting like you could have been very much somewhat subdued under like a Jezebel, succubus type of energy, male or female, on purpose, intentionally, and y'all got a child. And again, I don't get that you wouldn't have wanted one over time, but it's given like over time, through time, that's what happened, right? Y'all could have been friends, kicking buddies. Y'all could have been around the way. Y'all could have actually dated, had a significant relationship. For many of you all, it was an actual relationship. With a few of y'all in that other energy, but either way, like, that's what happened. That's what blossomed. The child could be anywhere from like 4 to 10 years old. I'm hearing, and or 2 to 10. I'm hearing 2 to 10, 2 to 10, and so take that as it resonates as confirmations for you. So yeah, we have self-care. It says clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So for some of you all, I'm giving you clarity, confirmation, or you already know this. Like I said, some of y'all are very claircognizant and spiritual, and I'm just confirming and telling a story, and I'm just making it make sense and just filling in holes, because baby, this is a lot, and goddamn, and it's okay, no judgment. We are here to help and people. These messages can feel scary, because who want to know some shit like this? Who want to know that they was under a spell or under attack, male or female, from someone they trusted in their life, in their home, probably in their finances, probably in, they issues, they trauma, and they potentially, well, I ain't gotta say allegedly, shit, it's just cards, it's just entertainment, and this is a general ass message, right? Do as you will, it's your free will, these are your own decisions you make. I'm not telling you a consultant or telling you to do anything. This is we just reading over here, entertainment. But I did hear justice will be served. But imagine like waking up to this type of energy, and literally this information wakes you up. This information activates you. This information like triggers you. And you just don't really have a lot to say. And you've been feeling real foggy, really off centered, really like not clear. And in the last 7 to 8 days or weeks, I'm hearing slowly things have been finally coming clear, moving forward. 909 is significant. It says denial. Detached will love to see the clearly truly. Detached will love to see clearly the truth. My light flashing a little bit over here. And it could have been about abundance. You could be a male or woman who has a lot, and you could have been a target. This could have been a setup. This could have been planned. This is a very general message. If you want your own detailed message, we can go into it. I'm not one of them. I read all energy. I can go deep with you. I can even give you some things you can do on your own to help you figure out what it is, or like, you know, how to reverse shit and clear the shit off or whatever. It's all good though. Everything is gonna fall into place. I don't want y'all to be scared. I feel like the energy got real tense, so now I don't want to. I don't want to keep reading because I don't want to scare my audience. I don't want to scare y'all, but it is the truth. Like, stuff like this is out here, and this is not me fear mongering. Like, it's true, and that's why, like, people don't like to see these messages. I remember when I was first waking up, or I had been woke, and I remember seeing all these type of messages, like in reference to this type of message I'm doing for Sagittarius right now. Because if you go to my other zodiac signs, they not really like this. I think I did do a Virgo read like this. So if the energy come up, I must say it. But most of the time, it's always gonna be like, or balanced and neutral. I'll say that. And I remember being like, what the fuck is this shit? This is so negative. This is so low vibrational. I ain't in this. God got me. Da 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 da. All of that is true. But this energy still exists. And if it calls you more than one time and you need to see it, and you in this type of community in general, whether you resonate with nobody at all, you're supposed to see it. It's supposed to help you. It's supposed to release you. It's supposed to free you, and it's going to protect you. So you have to see these messages as protection, no matter if they painful, because you get the confirmation of the what's and the who's been playing you in the background, and it seemed like you already knew all the things anyway, or whether you thought you was seeing one thing and the whole time something else was going on, because this shit is real. It is real, and this teaches you how to protect yourself if you follow the right readers, or just how to be more self-aware and more careful with who you allow in your space, and just to be more trusting of your own intuition. Because if you said you knew y'all was gonna break up, and that's what the fuck was throwing me off with y'all, this is why you knew. So maybe you didn't know why, and that's why I said it's giving like, what show? I'm watching this show on Netflix, and it's called The Genie, and it's a I don't know if it's a K-drama or a Chinese show. And like, it's about this genie and this girl who, he came to her when she was a child back in, let's just say, I'm gonna give a year, in like 1012, the year 1012, in the Sahara Desert. And she rubbed it, and she was like, Genie, he was like, okay, you got 3 wishes. So she was a very sweet girl. So she never made any selfish wishes for herself. But when she was making the wishes, other people were suffering because the genie was so motherfucking bitter, because the genie had just got done fighting a war for the other genies against the angels. This is a deep ass show, but it's very funny and comical and light at the same time. And so he didn't like how the war ended, but he was the one that led the war, that made sure they won and got what they needed. But when he won, he said, and I think it's to God, he said to God, okay, since I did this and we won and we fought your angels, release me from my master. Because, you know, every time you look at a genie, even on Aladdin, like, they have masters. Like, they have to keep answering to this same person over and over. Or once the 3 wishes are up, the little thing will go somewhere else, and then they still have a master. So they never really free. They really low-key, high-key slaves. You know what I'm saying? So keep up, keep up. So he basically was like, okay, we fought the angels, we did this, so release me. So they did, and he was still kind of mad and bitter because, like, you know what? I'm reading this wrong. He wasn't mad and bitter at first. He just wanted to be released. He was just mad and bitter that he was always someone's slave, honestly. So he got released. Fast forward, he kind of got a little too powerful, too egotistical. You know, when you get released, you got too much power. And that's probably why God was like, y'all don't even need that much power, and not have some sort of thing that makes y'all have some sort of control and groundedness, if that makes sense. So that's probably why God created them to have masters, right? And so, he anyway, go back to the girl. The girl he saw, she granted wishes. Every time she made a wish, he kind of made it like tricky. So it's giving like trickster energy. So it's like, okay, genie, I want you to, like, okay, for example, I know I'm everywhere, y'all, but just work with me. I'm trying to make it make sense, and someone's telling me to say this or tell this story. So one of her messages was like, she dead ass was though. She was like in this like weird little slave trade, trafficking type of situation. And it was her and another boy, and they was supposed to go work for like this emperor type person. And they was working with like some dirty thieves. And so again, the genie popped up, and she was like, okay, he saved her. But she was like, okay, can you save my friend? His name was Ben. His name ain't fucking Ben. It was some like foreign name. She was like, can you say my friend Ben? Because they was taking, no, Ben was being taken away, but he was kind of weak, and they was just gonna kill off Ben because they felt like Ben wasn't gonna last the rest of the trip, and he wasn't gonna be really of any need to the emperor. So she was like, "Can you save Ben? Like, don't worry about me. Save Ben." So he saved Ben, but gotta think about it. So when he saved Ben, though, all the damn thieves had to die, and it was a lot of them. So if you get what I'm saying, it's like every time she genuinely made a wish, people had to die, or it had to be some sort of consequence to working with the genie. But this genie was sort of a trickster spirit or trickster energy. So the angel of death came, which just got done fighting that genie several years before. And he was like, "Baby girl," in so many words. He was like, "You keep making these wishes, but you're killing people," in so many words. And this is a little sweet ass child. She don't fucking know. She just trying to help her friend. And really the genie was taking advantage of it because, again, he got big in his ego. He didn't give a fuck. He really didn't have a lot of empathy, if that makes sense, at the time. And so the angel of death was like, you making these decisions and you're killing people. And she was just like, she was crying. It was so sad. And she's like, "I didn't know. I didn't want to kill nobody." He was like, "Yeah, you killed them to save your friend." And then she made another witch. I can't remember that witch, but that resulted in people dying too. And she was like, "I didn't know." I mean, she's bawling. And so she had one final wish. And so it's the genie there, her there, and the angel of death. And she was like, "I wish for everything to be set right. And I wish for us to pay for what we did to these people who died. Because even though I wanted to help my friend, I didn't want nobody to die." Boom. So for the next hundreds of thousands of years, every time the girl reincarnate, the genie reincarnate. Every time the girl reincarnate, the fucking genie reincarnate. And I mean, this is happening over and over and over and over and over. And that the thing is, eventually through the years, the genie softens up. He learns his lesson. The girl herself also learned, well, nothing was wrong with her. She still stays like an innocent soul, but the genie is who changes his character, because through life, through decisions, and through working with the girl, he learns what he did is wrong, and then he basically pays for it, always having to come back and serve her. So it's very interesting that his first thing was, when he fought 1717 on here, was to be released from a master, when as soon as his ass did and he got too motherfucking free, he got captured right back with a master. So I don't know if y'all catching what I'm saying, but for some reason I was supposed to share that message. So I'm guessing by the end of this message it's gonna make sense. So just be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, y'all. This is funny. But it's giving like someone or somebody made a deal with an energy, and it was to trick you. And I was gonna say even a trickster spirit, and they could have used a trickster spirit. And I almost feel like, as crazy as it sounds, this is fucked up, I almost feel like they wanted the child with you on purpose, to take your abundance, to take your wealth, to take your aura, to take your energy. And again, I don't know that for some of y'all really did dead ass fall in love with this person. And I'm guessing this is just confirmation y'all coming to clarity now, but and judgment is ruling in your favor. So this could be actual court, spiritual court, or whatever, and you back in your power, you didn't woke back up. But from about this situation anyway, it doesn't say you didn't have wisdom in other situations. And like I said, it could have been mental imprisonment, mental asylum, unless of course, like I said, for some of y'all it was actual physical. But and also, this is a preface, don't allow it to make you go insane. Okay, just throw that out there. But because justice will be served, and it really just sounds like a gold digging ass male or female, and they just want it to be attached to you. Let's just break it up. But it's just the way I'm prescribing it is the way that I'm supposed to say it. I'm just breaking it down by the details, which is interesting because it's retrograde and it's Scorpio new moon energy, and a lot of the signs are in Scorpio right now. So this is just hella truth coming out right now, confirmation. And they just wanted to set you up for your abundance, for your energy, for your aura. You could be male or female. Men do this to women, and women do this to men. And like I said, the kids' ages is anywhere from 2 through 10. And you're getting final revelations and clarity about this. And I think you don't want to allow the truth to come in, because this is someone you really care about. But again, when you really genuinely think about it, the information I'm saying is not anything new, and you already knew. And on top of that, you said you know. And on top of that, the relationship, when you really like, as you're waking up out of some kind of fog that you've been in, or something you've been trying to like zone in on and just really get the confirmation the last 6 or 7 months, 6 or 7 years, take it as it resonates. Those numbers are really significant. But like I said, the child could be 2 to 10. You just knew. I mean, it's really no it's really no more that I can say to that. It's like you genuinely did know. And you know, it's just messed up that you have been set up like this. And now I feel like, from what I'm hearing, like courts are going to be involved. Maybe someone is going to be involved with some imprisonment. Maybe there are some deeper things that are going on in your life, and I may or may not mention it in this video, but this is the meat of it, is that there was some sort of setup, and you were set up on purpose, and it is going to possibly penetrate your finances, and you also were set up to have a child as well too. And this was something personal. Like, this is like they personally like scouted you out and was like, yo, go get her, go get him. I don't have nothing else to really say. Trust is truth. It is safe to trust in this situation. Like, this is really what's going on. You are the father, you are the mother, but it's really given like you didn't really have a lot, like you had control. You're a very smart woman, smart mind. I wasn't even gonna say that. You're a very smart woman with a smart mind, but it's very much giving like it was set up on purpose. And they got you leaving the house, but where the child is. So now it made me feel like maybe the child is with you. I don't know. I'm just talking like at this point. But like, for me to be asking y'all these like clerical, inquisitive, critical questions is like I said a minute ago, when God had me ask those questions, like where was you at, when was you at, and what was you doing? Like, it wants you to start asking you yourself those questions. It also wants you to go to your sun, moon, rising and see the other 3 signs that I already read, recorded, and see how they fit into the rest of this story. It wants you to put the pieces together so that for you individually, you can go and do what you need to do, whether it's filing paperwork, paternity tests, because you never know, people lie. Even though they're saying it's your child, it may not be. Now, if you're a woman, of course, that's different. Making sure, you know, that the child is taken care of, because you obviously, I would say obviously, but I would think you would want to separate, you know, or you feel like you should separate, and this is confirming it. But it's giving like this is enough information for you to go forward and do what you need to do. A salad is significant. I don't know if you're eating a salad or y'all used to toss the salad, child. I don't know. I think they were just very good in bed. Look at this. It says this love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. I would say this is how you feel. And this is why when I first pulled the cards out, you were so sick. And you are so sick. And remember, I even said that in the first part. But again, I may connect both parts, or this be a part 2. But either way, it was giving like, this is the love of my life. But when you like objectively stepped out, well, I knew we was going to break up. Well, this person didn't add or take nothing from me. It just seemed like a connection I was just in that just filled up time. But something is off. And now they're leaving me, or they about to go, or I gotta leave. Like, it's like weird shit is going on. Like, if someone really loves you and cares for you, then why is you feeling sick? Why is you waking up out of a fog with all these messages and signs, synchronicities? Why is you getting messages like this? Why are stuffs in your... Why am I talking like that? I ain't got no goddamn grammar skills, but just work with me. Why they may talk like this? I know shade, but why are you not? Why isn't everything making sense? It's like you would think, okay, if I have a child with somebody for 6 or 7 years, and it's just been a neutral connection, and like I said, it ain't even been no infidelity or no abuse, then everything should be fine. So why all of a sudden is someone kicking you out, or you're being kicked out, or you're leaving, or you kicking them out? Like, it's like something about the house is significant, and the home is significant, and your abundance is significant. And that sounds like a gold digger where it's a male or a female. And that also could be like harvesting your energy, because the aura card is here. And you really feel like this was a true love connection, and I'm getting it wasn't. But remember, let's be honest, I did say that this person, male or female, was like a divine partner. But I'm going to let y'all know, people don't really be what they claim to be. In the world of twin flame and destiny swapping, because this is the kind of message y'all got, so I'm going to just spit it where it is. Those people can appear to be that which that person. Okay, so a karmic can appear to be a divine partner. It can be everything that a divine partner will be, but at some point it's gonna show its skin. For some of y'all, 6 or 7 months, 6 or 7 years. And if it's 6 or 7 months, they could be pregnant or not pregnant. And this is just a warning before it gets crazy and you is being told to get the F out of there, male or female. 2 to 10 years, the child is already born, and they could be displaying all of these personality or like character traits, if that makes sense. And they're not that. And the whole time they just been appearing to be a certain way for you, when the whole time it's just been a setup to delay your abundance or take your abundance or harvest your energy. Do we have anything else? I got it's time to decide in this relationship. I got you learned a spiritual lesson. And I got healing. This is old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So I'm going to end the message like that because it is really deep. And it's so quiet that I'm quiet. So you will know this person by their fruit. Whether you in the connection, out of the connection, or the connection is beginning. You will be able to test this connection by their fruit. And I'm going to say this because you seem like, let me just say this, y'all seem like very, very deep, smart people. Period. Male or female. Okay? When I say test, once you go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, how you need to in private, do not rush to do something. Because genuinely, these cards are saying go slow, take time, hold the course, see the vision. They are really telling you that. So Spirit does want you, if you're not already kicked out or kicking somebody out, it wants you to take the time, or if you're coming back in retribution or getting something back that you know you deserve and desire or something like that. Spirit really wants you to analyze, go through the cards, go through the paperwork, go through the receipts, go through the transactions, go through what it is that they were really doing for you and with you, male or female. Go through if they were really elevating you or draining you. Go through as well whatever blockages you have at the same time. Because it's something about your childhood wounds that allowed them to do this. It's something about something in you that you needed to fix or heal that allowed you to do this. And I didn't mean to say you do this, but unfortunately, like you allowing them in your space for some reason. You allow them in your house, in your home for some reason. You allow them in your world for some reason. And you allow them to stay. When if you hear what I was saying at the beginning of the first part of the message, or again, like I keep repeating, I will put both parts together. It just depends. But if you see this as one message, I didn't break them up. But just in case I was letting y'all know. And you knew y'all was going to break up. Baby boy, baby girl. And you always know stuff. So it's almost like God was giving you so many spiritual things because it knows you are a spiritual being first. And you already know these things. And you've already lived your life by your knowing. So my question would be as well with God, what in you for some reason made you go against yourself, which allowed this type of trickster energy to come in and create this sort of reality. Every child is a blessing. I'm not saying your child is not a blessing. So just keep it at that. But what I'm saying is, it still was some trickster energy and manipulation going on. Is it self-worth, self-value, self-sabotage, codependency, neglect, abuse of any kind of nature as a child? Like, you really need to process that. And I'm not saying process that and then do something, but it'll make more sense because this is such a general message. I don't need to go that much more in detail. that it'll start coming together for you. And I can do a message with you, privately email me. We can talk about the prices and stuff like that, about what they will look like depending on the services you need within the message that I can provide live or pre-recorded. But either way, like, the biggest thing that came out was boundaries, and that you in denial, and that your abundance was here. And I didn't even get into all the care, and then your self-care, which is giving like aura, energy, and energetic field. So it is given to me personally as someone who knows about warfare, twin flame, and karmics and shit like that, and destiny swapping and shit like that. It is given like someone was trying to harvest you, someone was trying to do something, someone was trying to set you up. And remember, at the beginning of the message, I'm just channeling. I don't know you personally, my boy, my girl. On the first part, I was saying you trying to see if it's a setup because somebody told you it was. So it's giving, for some reason, you didn't pay attention to some signs. This is not no judgment. It's all love over here, because we all do shit. We all probably 9 times out of 10 then been through something similar or just some crazy shit. Especially if you're on this type of high type of message. This is a high line message, I call it. So don't feel shame. Please don't feel shame. Let that be the last thing you feel. The object is to get through it and get it done and move away from it and heal what you need to heal. So you can go on to the next person. Because I also seem like God wants you to be with somebody just as here in abundance is coming in. But you got to learn the lesson, see what it is, so you don't let this happen again. And you need to protect yourself, protect your child, and protect your things. So we need you to feel how you need to feel genuinely so that this person can pay for what they did to you in the physical. But you need to get the facts, you need to give the receipts, and you have to have the right mindset. Because if you're still in that mind fog with you coming out, this is the extra push to do that. This is me helping you, asserting you with your guides, your ancestors, to protect you more so that you can see more of what you need to keep going with. Because you may still feel in love or feel like that. And you may really still be in love, but this is some shit. And that's all I'm going to say. And that's with love. And that's with truth. But out of love. And I don't even know you, sir or ma'am. So you have to figure out why everything happened, what happened, and where the things are so that you can point the finger at who it needs to be pointed at. You can say you get past that. We already said that. But like, so you can move forward. Because it's something about something I'm hearing that needs to be done in an orderly fashion, in a structured fashion, but like now. Now. I'm getting now. So that, you know, if they are trying to take some more from you or get you out or get you to leave or get you to move fast, it could be because it's more in store that they want to take. So this message definitely took a turn. Again, this may be one full message or this may be part 2. This is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. Please look at your other aspects, your big 3, so the rest of the message can make sense. If you do that and you still don't feel like it's clear, you can email me at spiritualaccess@gmail.com. We can go into the messages in more detail. I hear the word favor, protection, justice, sovereignty, retribution, recompense, safety. You are fine. This just giving a man or a woman was just to setting you up. Unfortunately, people do this shit all the time. I just can read energy in between. And it's just fucked up. So 33 minutes on the card. You are very smart. That is the self-mastery minutes angel number. You are self-mastered. You have mastered yourself. And this will allow you to be a better master. So do not doubt yourself or your knowing. Just listen to yourself, okay? And just backtrack and look over the things you need to look through so that things can come together and make sense. So that's all I got for y'all. See y'all next time. Bye.